So Andy, if you want to start by just talking to us about the process that somebody who's looking to buy a new home might go through to figure out the best way forward for them.
Yeah, I think the most important thing, Gemma, if someone's interested in looking at purchasing a strata home, is to take some advice from a whole of market broker such as ourselves. We'll be able to guide the customer and give them information on all of the various schemes that are available in the marketplace, give them an idea of how much it could potentially cost them, if they'd qualify for those schemes, and if it's going to be affordable to them.
So you take each individual scenario, take that information, figure out which is the best way forward for them, and then give them the guidance on what to do next.
Exactly, yeah.
And what kind of information would you need from them to be able to do that?
It's generally information that they will know off the top of their heads. So it's things such as employment status, earnings, details of any outgoings that they may have or commitments. If they have children or not, because that can affect mortgage affordability. And it's just general information that they'll tend to know. It takes us between 20 and 30 minutes to have an initial consultation, and then we can give them the ideas on the schemes, affordability, and a rough idea of the monthly costings involved.
And would you do that over the phone or in person?
Yeah, the initial chat would be over the phone to give the purchaser an idea of what they can afford to do, and then we're more than happy to facilitate face-to-face appointments to discuss it further with anyone interested in purchasing.
So we've identified whether they're going to use HomeReach or Help to Buy or buy outright. We've then chosen the right lender for them. But then what happens?
Okay, so the next part in the process is obviously we go out to see the customers that are interested in purchasing the new build property. We'll talk to them obviously about the lenders, the rates, the products that are available, and obviously make sure that we recommend a product that matches with their requirements. The key thing for us is documentation, so it's really important that we receive as much of the documentation that we need up front, which means that the process will be smooth and slick. So things like bank statements, evidence of income, evidence of deposit, proof of identity are all really important things that customers need to get together for the mortgage application.
But you could give them a heads up on what it is that they need to pull together.
Yeah, we would help them with obtaining that documentation and obviously explaining to them up front that we would need that for the mortgage appointment. The next stage in the process is we would help them apply for any of the different products that they're looking for, such as HomeReach or Help to Buy. So we will talk them through that process and help them with that application process. And then we would arrange for the mortgage application to be submitted to the mortgage lender. We would arrange for a valuation to be carried out on the property that the purchaser's buying, which is done on behalf of the lender to ensure that the house is valued at the price that the customer's paying for it. We would keep the customers informed throughout that journey, and then obviously obtain the mortgage offer for them enable them to exchange contracts.
Okay, so from a customer point of view, they choose the home, they then apply for the mortgage. They get a valuation done on the property to make sure it's worth what they're paying.
Correct.
Then they get the mortgage offer. Then what happens?
Okay, so the next stage is for them to liaise with their conveyancer or solicitor that's dealing with the transaction on their behalf. They will arrange exchange of contracts with the developer, which basically gives commitment that the developer is going to sell the property to the customer and that the customer is also committed to buying that property. What will happen then is the property will be built in the time frame that the developer has made the customer aware of up front. And then the mortgage funds are drawn down in preparation for completion, and that's when the mortgage starts. Mortgage payments start being made, and obviously the customer gets the keys to their dream home.
I think it's not commonly known though that there's all this help and support for people out there. It doesn't have to be difficult when you've got this team of experts actually that do it every single day. And from what we've said, the customer needs to get a lot of information together day one. They've got to provide a lot of information. So you get your information together and then actually the experts kind of take it over and the process then rolls from there on.
That's right, yeah.
And it's understanding as well, all the people involved want it to happen.
Mm-hmm.
There's nobody there that you need to, really impress, or, everyone wants to make sure within reason it's done. There's no actor involved in this whole process that wants to turn people down or wants to say no. So again, that hopefully gives a bit of reassurance to people who are heading into it to think, like you say, there's a lot of people involved and they're all on your side sort of thing. So.